Some people think that post-production is the only place where color correction can happen. Not so with MVS. Both the 6500 series and the 3000 feature standard RGB color correctors for every input, plus RGB color correction on every single aux bus. Now that part is a real time saver because you can adjust the feed to an on-set monitor, for instance, right from the switcher. Okay, let me go up here and call up something here. I'm going to call up an XDCam machine here, and let's go into the turn on the color corrector. So we're going to go into the engineering setup menu. Now these are part of the inputs that we're tweaking. So we're going to go down to switcher, input, select my XDCam deck here, and hit color corrector. Now there's a whole bunch of stuff on this screen. So first of all, we have to turn the entire color corrector system on for this. Next, let me show you really quick, we have what are called video process. Now this is essentially a slang term, would be TBC controls. I've got video gain, I've got chrominance gain, I've got hue, and I've got black levels. Okay, wow, that looks terrible. So let me hit Unity to clear it out of there, and I'm just going to turn that off. Now what we're really getting into here is the primary color corrector. Now primary color corrector is going to be an awful lot like painting a high-end studio camera. You have all the same kind of handles here. So we can come into here and hit black and adjust the red, green, and blue of the black areas. So if we want to make something look better, or in my case, I'm doing a really good job of making it look worse. So we can change all this stuff. I can come in here, let's do Unity again, come in here and do the whites. So let's say it's not white balanced correctly. I can white balance this a little bit better. Change this, add some green, take some blue out, bring some more in, that kind of stuff, paint it a bit. I can also adjust the gamma of red, green, and blue. Or if I just want to change the entire gamma, I can do it all. So if I want to add a little contrast to something, maybe pull the gamma down just a little bit. I can also adjust the knee values in here. Finally, I have RGB clip, which allows me to set high and low clipping values. And I can do this for every single input into the switcher. Now let's talk about the color correctors on the aux bus outputs. So up here on my multi-monitor, I've got aux bus 1 and 3, and I can route those to anything I want to in here. So I think I'm going to leave it on this, these flowers. And then I'll come over here and we'll put it right back here on this motorcycle. Now, it's very important to know that we're changing something that has the potential of hitting on air. So there's a kind of a safety feature involved. So we're going to go into engineering setup, and under switcher, we're going to go down here and select key wipe frame memory color corrector. We're going to hit that and go to the color corrector submenu. All this menu does is allow me to turn on the ability to color correct. This is a safety feature because you don't want someone stumbling around another menu and changing one of your on-air monitors. So we're going to turn these two on, and then I'm going to go up here to the aux bus top menu. Now if you're using the ICP 6511 Sony touchscreen, it's going to be on one of these hard buttons right here called aux. If you're using a third party for a 3000, it's the same thing. You're going to hit the menu display and touch aux, take you to the same place. And this is going to look a whole lot like we had on the inputs. You can see here that aux 1 and 3 are the only ones that are enabled to let me turn color correction on. Notice how when I go to aux 2, the whole thing dims out so I can't use it. That's what we enabled back in engineering setup. So let's go ahead and turn aux 1 on. Now aux bus color correction is really great for when you want to paint a studio monitor to match what the camera is seeing. You used to have to go and mess around with the monitor, tweaking all of its settings, which kind of ruined it for any other use. Now we can change these things on a moment's notice in the switcher memory. So we're going to turn on aux bus color corrector here. And again, we have the same kind of handles. I can do video process, which again are just TBC controls. So you can see aux bus 1 changing here. But where the real power comes to try to paint this to match a camera is under your primary color correction. So I can tweak the whites, in other words, the sunset shot here. I can put some blue into it. I can take some of the blue out of it. I can take some red down. Maybe it's too bright. Take a little bit of this down, tweak this, tweak the blacks. I have the same set of handles that I have on the input side. And again, when I've done a really good job of making it look absolutely terrible, I can hit Unity and bring it back. Let's tweak this a little bit more, and then I can come down here to aux 3 and do exactly the same thing. We can come over here, tweak this one. So you can see here that I've got two aux buses completely painted. Now again, using the aux bus color corrector is great for matching a monitor to a camera on set. But don't forget that input color correction is also important. Let's say a couple of cameras you brought in don't match perfectly and they don't have camera control units. You can easily fix that right on the switcher.